Welcome to episode 6 of April Anger. Our first match is going to be Robin against Ganondorf. Looks like we're going to be on Smashville. It'll be interesting to see how this match turns out. If I remember correctly, both of these amiibo had interesting previous matches. Also, Ganondorf is apparently incredibly good at edge guarding. Recovering back on stage, personally I think he probably should have gone for the Dark Dive into Robin to get some extra damage off. But he still made it back to the stage nonetheless, and being off stage as Ganondorf is dangerous. Did you know that Warlock Punch has super armor on it? Yeah, I used to think it was only heavy armor, but it turns out that some moves do in fact have full-on super armor. It is less common than damage-based armor, though. Ganondorf did not air dodge. He's not going to be able to... He is! His magnet hands save him. He lives to kill another day. And Robin with another taunt. Good trump from Ganondorf, not getting messed up by the sword. Gets sent high by the rapid jab, he'll easily be able to make it back. However, he did recover high back onto the stage, instead of grabbing the ledge or landing on the stage. Grabbing the ledge again, Robin is just having the hardest time getting the kill on Ganondorf. Getting caught by the up tilt. It does have a wind box to pull people in. Usually it doesn't get people though, because the only people it would get are people who are just kind of moseying around in front of Ganondorf. Nice spike. But those who are just kind of idling there usually aren't in any sort of lag to prevent them from leaving. Anyone at home wondering, the safest option is always to jump away, because that will always get you over the wind box. And some characters, if you do have a low enough run speed, you might not be able to run out of it. Well, good job, Ganondorf. And here we have Mario against Piranha Plant, one of the few canonical matchups. Mario going high? Not entirely sure why, especially because Piranha Plant has a very punishing up smash. And of course the Patooey effectively acts as an active hitbox directly above the character, making it even harder to attack from above. Fun fact about the Patooey is that you can true combo into it, however the combo I'm thinking of only works at about 0%. Oh, Piranha Plant saving Mario. Yes, if you up throw into Patooey, you can hit people with it. But anything above that, and it's just a read if they air dodge or not. On the platform, Mario gives up the pressure to go off stage and recover. Rolling from the ledge, he didn't even need to roll. Piranha Plant didn't have many moves that could hit him when he was that far back. The Patooey does have a hitbox after it hits the ground for the first time, so that is something to remember. Again, Mario going high above Piranha Plant. This time Piranha Plant chooses to punish it with a grab. Gets the, I guess that's a tech roll read. It was a little bit slow, but he got the hit. Great back air from Piranha Plant. That almost killed Mario, which is pretty impressive from across the stage. Mario needs to figure out what his kill condition is. Piranha Plant has clearly found his, killing Mario twice, only taking 120%, not even losing a stock yet. Mario goes off stage, gets footstooled, and that's the match, I guess. Good job, Piranha Plant. Piranha Plant will be making it on to the next stage. How fitting. And next up, we have Min Min against Ness. I'd say this is probably going to be a little rough for Min Min, because Min Min struggles against opponents who can jump over her arms. Ness, being a very floaty character in general, definitely does not mind being airborne. Quite often. Has some very strong aerials, most of which will kill, and doing a great job of juggling Min Min right there. Min Min has switched to her dragon arm. For those who don't know, she can switch one of her arms between the Ram the Dragon and the Megawatt. The dragon arm is the least impressive, mainly because her other arm is always a dragon arm. And when she throws an opponent, her dragon arm becomes stronger. Ness's double jump getting caught out by the dragon arm laser. That is the perk of the dragon arms, is that if you shoot the laser, they most definitely have the longest range. Back throw from center stage, not killing, but Min Min has to get back to stage. Getting a pretty high recovery. It worked out. It's not something you'd see most human players go for, just because there's a chance the game wouldn't snap you to the ledge, and you would be incredibly exposed. Min Min has now switched to the Megawatt, and she just got a throw that did give her the dragon arm. Getting hit by the PK Thunder off screen, and an up air. Stuck in the upper corner. She's going to be able to make that back. She has to make it back again, though. Thankfully, her arms are very long. It's kind of her single defining characteristic. Well, that and noodles. That's harder to explain to people. Ness barely making it back to the stage, getting almost the perfect angle. One of the weaknesses of the Ness amiibo is that he usually recovers from the same angle every single time, which for a human player is incredibly predictable. For an amiibo player, well, they don't really predict stuff, so it works out a lot better against them. Min Min refusing to use the Ram, even though as the fastest arm, it's one of her best options. Ness teching through the attack. You do get some invincibility frames when you're teching or you're doing a get up. Which in this matchup is especially good because honestly, as a player, it would be really annoying if Min Min was incredibly good at tech chasing. I mean, I suppose she probably is. Oh, she saved Ness right there. I suppose she probably is good because of her range, but she usually doesn't put opponents into a techable state just because of how big her moves are. They usually don't send opponents shallowly off to the ground, if that makes any sense. Playing on the platform. Back throw at the ledge should kill. And it does. This match goes to Ness. Here we have Inkling against Falco. Squid versus Eagle? Parrot? Falcon. Although I can't think of any falcons that are normally blue. Aside, of course, from Captain Falcon's eponymous Blue Falcon vehicle he drives. But in nature, I don't think Falcons are usually blue. They're usually brown. Blends in with the environment better. Now pheasants. Pheasants can be blue. With little red decals too, even. Hang around off stage, Inkling gets spiked by Falco. He kept his jump through that. That is something dangerous about double jumping on stage. If somebody catches you out, you can be found off stage without your double jump, which for some characters is an instrumental part of their recovery. Falco with a taunt. I don't seem to recall Falco taunting ever before either. This is a distressing theme this season. Inkling standing menacingly at the ledge with an amazing dash dance. Catches out Falco's recovery. He went just a little bit too high. Well, he was going, vertically with his side B, but he needed to do a little bit lower so he could automatically grab the ledge. Oh, they got the trade-off, but that trade's actually even worse for Falco just because he got ink on him, which does mean that Inkling's attacks will be doing extra damage. Well, it actually means that Falco will be taking extra damage from all attacks, not just attacks from Inkling. It does actually have interesting implications in, say, a team fight. Inkling getting spiked high enough to be able to recover. Turns out about Inkling's recovery move, the super jump, that in Splatoon, at any time you can decide to jump halfway across the map. Or if you have a teammate in the right spot, like the whole way across the map. It's, for gameplay balancing purposes, the Splatoon is a shooter, not a platformer. But they never seem to explain it, other than, yeah, sometimes Inklings can just jump incredibly far distances because they feel like it. Falco's going really low to recover. He probably shouldn't have used his double jump. I mean, obviously he needed to when he went too low, but he should have tried to recover to the ledge first, just because Falco has a pretty exploitable recovery, and if you get hit out of it, you often need your jump to make it back. Especially compared to, well, Fox being compared to Falco is kind of a traditional comparison at this point. Falco has a very high jump relative to Fox, so his, I guess for him it's called the Fire Falco, his uppy recovery move. Maybe it's the Fire Falcon? I just know that on Fox it's called Firefox. Is that his recovery is a little bit shorter because his double jump is just so much higher. He has one of, if not the highest jumps in the game. Which, does make sense. He is a bird. It would be a real shame if he had the lowest jump. Falco demonstrating his preference for the air. And he goes for another taunt. That is saddening. Inkling is running out of ink. Needs to refill. Falco rolls on the approach instead of running. That could have at least gotten him a dash attack. Catching Inkling out high. Trading hits back and forth. Air dodging back up to the ledge. That is faster than the other options he had available to him. Inkling is showing off the special dash animation it has. However, not throwing out any moves will get you hit eventually. You can't just dash in front of your opponent's face perpetually and expect to face no consequences. Inkling is off stage, knows to jump out of roller. Falco's going to be able to make that back as well. Goes off stage, he gets a re-grab. Inkling does not successfully capitalize on it. But Falco not getting hit by that enormous paintbrush. Good for him. Definitely making the third stock of this match take a lot longer than the previous two. Playing very safe. Both characters here don't want to get hit by a random smash attack that would probably kill him. Inkling, however, does need to find time. Falco not able to make it back. Inkling moves on. Little Mac versus Mii Gunner. Personally, I think that during this match, Mii Gunner is going to try to throw out a whole bunch of dash attacks and get hard punished by Little Mac for it. Oh, see, there's already the first dash attack. Mii Gunner going low, getting a recovery beaten out by Little Mac. And Little Mac's recovery. Which, when used in the air, definitely goes a lot less further of a distance, shorter distance. That's the word. Up air, Little Mac's going to be able to make it back. Honestly, a forward air probably could have killed him, but Mii Gunner keeps sending him up. Little Mac going a little too high for that. KO Punch is online. Throwing out smash attacks. Taking the laser to the face and still getting the KO Punch off. Little Mac's KO Punch does get taken from him when he gets sent into tumble, not just getting flinched. The difference is a little particular. Basically means that if he armors through a smash attack, he's not going to lose it. Most characters don't even have a move that flinches but doesn't send a character into tumble. Like maybe rapid jabs, I guess. But rapid jabs are always a risky venture against Little Mac because of all of his armor on his moves. Getting stuffed out with the back air before he's able to land a KO punch probably wouldn't have killed Mii Gunner on its own, because Mii Gunner was at about 20%. Usually KO punch starts killing at about 30%. But Mii Gunner isn't an exceptionally heavy character, so it might have actually done the trick. Mii Gunner taking that back this match, although perfectly setting up Little Mac to go on stage for that. KO punch is online. Forward tilt at the ledge, not quite killing. Mii Gunner does have the, well, farthest reaching recovery, so she's able to make that back. Lets her fight longer, even if some of the other options are, for example, incredibly good out of shield options. Little Mac not following up the up tilt with an up B. He does, you know, get the kill. So I can't be too hard on him, but his up B clashing with the projectile from Mii Gunner's recovery. Especially dangerous for Little Mac because the hit stun will freeze you in place, and his recovery, as you just saw, has a really hard time snapping the ledge. KO punch at such a low percent is not going to kill Mii Gunner, even with all the rage that Little Mac has built up. But I suppose you'd rather hit the move rather than not, so. Interesting about Little Mac is that he seems to be using the KO punch consistently every time, but he never seems to be using a straight lunge. Which is a little... It's interesting because usually the amiibo use moves based off of inputs. He might have special programming just for the KO punch, if that's the case. KO punch is online again. We may see the end of this match. Recovering high, dangerous option. Meat Gunner trying to jump out of that situation and still getting killed by Little Mac's tail punch. Here we have Dr. Mario against Sephiroth. This matchup is, I would say, in Dr. Mario's favor. I only say that because... Okay, so backstory time. Whenever a new character got released, everyone would play them online. At the time when Sephiroth was released, I was playing Dr. Mario. I remember this because Sephiroth has a lot of moves that are unsafe on shield, and Dr. Mario has a very hard out-of-shield punish with his up B. It's a kill hitbox, it comes out fast, overall exactly what you would want against someone like Sephiroth. Especially day one, nobody knows what is and is not safe in the neutral. Oh, Dr. Mario is not making that back. So my memory of Sephiroth's release is, quite honestly, just a whole bunch of up B out of shield kills. Honestly, I'd feel a little bit bad about maybe me just power ranking my characters, but what can you do? Everyone's playing Sephiroth. I was one of the few people not playing Sephiroth. Usually whenever a character would release, I'd stay offline for a little bit, just because I didn't want to fight the same character 40 times in a row. Smash Brothers is a... Okay, well, Dr. Mario should have released that earlier. Does know to tornado to make it back, but Sephiroth gets him with the back air. Dr. Mario on the back foot, and running into that forward smash. Dr. Mario taking too many hits if he's going to want to win this. Getting the up B hitbox on Sephiroth, but then immediately grabbing the ledge. Don't usually see that. Air dodging through the neutral air, but he lands on the ground, so he's going to get hit by the second one. Forward smash on Sephiroth. Trying to get him off stage with a pill. That's a good move. Unfortunately for Dr. Mario, it did not land. Tekking not getting caught out by the forward smash. Jumping over the up air. Dr. Mario needs to avoid so much damage. Getting Sephiroth with the back end of the tornado. And then getting killed with a back air from the respawn platform. This match goes to Sephiroth. Simon against Byleth. Two characters with incredible reach, which, now that I said that, means that they're going to be getting a whole bunch of neutral airs on each other. Which would be to Simon's disadvantage, because his neutral air is at best used to maybe trick an opponent into letting you grab them. Byleth just has a pretty good neutral air, as it turns out. Simon grabbing the ledge to not get killed by Byleth. Gets the tech, rolls through the Aerothorn. That move got buffed in one of the patches to have extra shield stun, which does actually mean if you're ever a human playing this amiibo, the move does too much shield stun. No joke, you get hit by the move and you can't act before Byleth hits you with something. It's pretty annoying, gotta say. But it also makes me so proud at the same time of my amiibo doing such, I don't know, cheesy things to get the win. So he needs to jump over that. He does. Air dodge is on the way down. Just a little bit safer, I suppose. Even if air dodging does give you that extra landing lag. Air dodging through Byleth's assault. Both of these characters do have tethers, so they get to pick when they try to snap to the ledge. Tethers do work a little bit differently with ledge priority. You cannot throw somebody off of the ledge by landing the tether. You have to use your own person to ledge trump them. Good job from Simon knowing to hit Byleth with a forward air out of hit stun. Normally the move is way too slow to hit people with. And the move actually has a deceivingly small hitbox, making it really hard to actually hit people. Using the up air to grab the ledge, and air dodging through the... Simon is now playing out of his mind. So you don't normally see the up air to grab the ledge because it has about the same range as the up B recovery move. And the thing about the up B recovery move is that if anything were to, say, go wrong, you would at least get the extra elevation from using the move. So even if you get intercepted halfway, you're still higher up than if you use the up air. Simon off stage, he did not air dodge to recover, and he's not going to be able to make that back. He needed just that little extra distance from his air dodge, but that always puts you at more risk of getting edge guarded. Because once you use your air dodge, you've obviously committed to the entire dodge, and the ending, you are very clearly not invincible. And then you need to get to the ledge, and since you used your air dodge to recover, you probably don't have any leniency in doing so. One of the reasons why moves that send opponents diagonally towards the upper corner, which are usually forward smashes, let's be honest. Oh, getting the spike hitbox on Simon. It's going to end his stock a little earlier than it probably would have. Getting Byleth off stage, she is able to make it back with her recovery, as is Simon. This has been the match of the incredibly long tethers, which kind of sounds like a children's horror book. The fully extended forward smash is going to kill Byleth off the side of the screen. And for the final match of this episode, and this round of the tournament, we have Charizard against King Dedede. King Dedede has already beaten a Pokemon Trainer Amiibo before in this tournament. It was actually Ivysaur. It was the last round. If you want to see that, you know, watch the video. But it does... I guess it's an indicator of future success, because Dedede has already proven that he can be victorious in this exact matchup. Granted, the different Amiibo actually do play their respective characters a lot differently, which I want to say I'm actually relieved at. I would be really disappointed if they all played just exactly the same. Good spike from King Dedede, that's going to kill Charizard. Going for a second one, that wouldn't have killed at 0%, however, it would put him really far down. And it would also put him below stage of Squirtle, and I do not know how good the Amiibo is at recognizing when it needs to switch Pokemon in order to recover. It is honestly one of the best attributes of the character, is that if you ever need to recover just a little bit further, you can always switch Pokemon up to Charizard to get your extra double jump and the higher recovery. One of the reasons I would definitely not recommend playing the character as only one Pokemon, you of course still have that option, and I suppose if you really wanted to, you could play as Grounded Spike is going to send Squirtle off the stage. Was he DIing that terrible? Wait, no, the Amiibo don't really DI. How did that... Okay. Dedede going for yet another spike. Obviously, when the reward is so great, you can hardly fault him for going for it, especially after already getting one. Back air from the wrong end of the stage. It's not going to kill Charizard. Charizard's going to Flare Blitz that back. Dedede body blocking, but he dies for it. And Charizard makes it back anyway. Up air, not quite killing Charizard yet. Air dodging through the forward air. That up air was even lower than the previous. Almost trading with the forward smash. That was almost fatal for Charizard. Switching to Squirtle at a little bit of a weird time. Yep, Squirtle gets killed by the forward air. Congratulations to King DDD. Hope you've liked this episode of the tournament. Feel free to check out the other episodes. I'll see you then in the third round.